I made a previous video on why I think you cannot be agnostic when it comes to belief in God and non-belief in God. And in that video, I had my reasons as to why you can't be agnostic. And I think those have changed a little bit. And in this video, I'm going to try and explain my reasoning in a different way. The reason I don't think that anybody can be agnostic, meaning they do not know whether or not God is real, or maybe they think that you can't know that God is real, and so they don't really go onto either side. They kind of just say, "Oh, well, I don't really know," and who really cares anyways? And there's people that call themselves indifferent, and they say, "Okay, well, I don't care if God's real or not. Just it's whatever." You can say that you don't know if God is real or not. Like you could just say, "Oh, well, I don't really know if God's real." You could say that, and that sense you could have that belief. So you could be an agnostic in the sense that you don't know if God is real or not, but in your practical actions, you cannot live out being an agnostic. So you could just hold the belief in your mind, just like you could call yourself a unicorn, and you could believe that you're a unicorn, and in that sense, you're a unicorn. But in reality, you're not actually a unicorn, and also unicorns don't really exist, and you're also a human being. So there's that. And the reason being is if you believe in God, then you are going to have the belief that human beings are valuable, that there are moral absolutes, that murder is wrong, that rape is wrong, that lying is wrong, that all these issues that people discuss, you're going to have a foundation as to why they're wrong. However, if you're an atheist, if you do not believe in God, then if you logically follow through with your reasoning, understand the fact that human beings don't have value. And so murder isn't objectively wrong. Of course, you can have your personal opinions. You could personally believe that murder is wrong, but you have to accept the fact that objectively, nothing is wrong or right. Morality doesn't really exist. And there's no third option. There's no third thing that you can go to if you're agnostic. And so if you're an agnostic person, you either believe that there is moral absolutes out there, that there are things that are most definitely wrong all of the time, and you either believe that or you believe that there is no moral absolutes out there, that murder, lying, and stealing and all these things are fine, and they're not even really fine, they just are, they just exist. You can do them and you cannot do them, it doesn't really matter. And so while you can call yourself agnostic and you can hold the belief that you don't know if God is real or not, but practically speaking, you do certain things and you believe other things, that in order for God to exist, you would believe these things, and then if God didn't exist, you'd believe these things.